Welcome to Everybody's Got a Price. I am your host, Jeff Dye. I am here with the great Josh Nelson.
Good-looking Josh Nelson.
Looking trim.
Yeah, dude.
Got the beard rocking.
Lost weight. Got sick.
It feels like every episode you're messing with some sort of different facial
I'm
hair.
just trying to figure it out. Any way to maybe get laid one day. That's all I'm trying to do, dude.
Losing weight will help.
Yeah, that helps.
What
dude.
happened?
I had like some stomach bug or something. It was brutal. I lost 10 pounds in a week. And
Stomach hurt. Was it worth it?
No, it wasn't worth it. It hurt. It sucked. Yes.
You're supposed to put the Ozempic in your butt.
I didn't do no
Just jam it right in your tummy.
Bro, if I only lost this much weight with Ozempic, I'm doing it wrong.
I don't know how Ozempic works. It's just a word I've heard, and I repeat it like I know what the fuck it is. I don't even know if it's healthy or if it's bad. All I know is like my two average-looking friends got married, and they looked incredible overnight.
Yeah.
And then they said, we both took Ozempic. And I was like, oh, I guess it does work pretty quick.
My doctor just told me I qualify for Ozempic.
Really?
Like, I'm like, hey,
Just
he
be
goes,
this.
great news.
We don't
I
like
go,
that. Yeah, don't
I'm
change.
Like, no,
You're good this way.
He said it's good
He
news.
goes, good news. You qualify now for it's like $100 a month, and you just get a stab, and you don't want to eat. I'm like, I'm
Oh,
okay.
do you put the Ozempic in your tummy?
Yeah, you
Oh,
stab
I'm an
yourself.
idiot. So that joke didn't even work.
Yeah.
Why?
I thought it was like steroids. You put it like in your butt cheek.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, it just goes in your
I think you put it
bloodstream.
anywhere. Maybe
I don't know
quicker
how it works.
through your butt.
Snort it. I don't know. Let's introduce our guest.
Yes.
This guy is one of my favorite people and someone that I can say I've known and been a fan of and have been pals with since I moved to LA.
Nice.
The first place I ever stepped into in Los Angeles was the Ha Ha Comedy Cafe, and so that's your father's and
mother's.
father and mother's building, and so then I got to meet you before you were even doing comedy. I think.
Yeah. You had long hair.
Yeah, I had long hair, like
You're
a
like
little skater
Ashton
boy.
Kutcher.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
Jack Jr., thanks for being here,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, man. Woo.
We need sound effects on this podcast. Put in a bunch of applause. Our live studio audience wasn't loud enough.
Why did he just look so confused when he said we need sound effects?
Yeah, it rattled him.
Yeah, like, oh, God.
Oh, God, Jeff, don't make me
I
work.
got to add something to this?
I'm not going to. He's not serious. Do I have to do this later?
I have to make Josh look skinny on camera. Now I have to.
Yeah,
fucking
well,
add
you've been
sound effects.
failing at
You've been
that.
not doing that at all, dude.
Yeah, why haven't you? That's what you're going to claim you've been doing?
Bro, if you're doing that, you're fired because I haven't looked skinny at all, dude.
You look skinny today on this episode.
Jag, what's up? How you doing,
Thanks
buddy?
for being here, brother.
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me. This is like the third time we try to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We had to
Yeah.
cancel a couple times.
Was that because my schedule?
I mean, I don't know why. We don't need to get into why,
Oh,
but
yeah,
yeah,
He says,
maybe.
he says, or we're on. I'm like, all right, I'm coming. And he
Yeah.
goes, no, not anymore. And I'm like, all right. And so today I
No.
was like, my kids want to go to Universal Studios. Is it really happening? And he goes, yeah, it's happening. So I told my wife and the kids to go to Universal.
Oh,
I
no,
stayed.
you missed Universal for this.
But I have a season pass to go all the
Okay,
time.
good, good.
It's so funny, dude, how like the phone works. Like you called it like 10, and I'm like, he's fucking canceling. Here it is. And,
No,
you just wanted to
just
confirm.
calling to confirm
confirm.
we
Smart,
weren't
smart,
canceling.
smart.
So
Yeah.
You know, sometimes a famous person will call and say, hey, you know, I've got an availability, and I have to look. I go, oh, my God. Whoever is booked, Josh, cancel them. Daphne Springs wants to do the podcast. Can we please cancel whoever it is? And then he goes, Jeff, I mean, we have Nick Swartzen. And I go, fuck Nick Swartzen. Get Daphne. She's got her finger on the pulse of all things relevant and how she's a genius. Can we get Daphne? So sometimes that happens. You get it. You know how the world works.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I see you courtside at a Laker game. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. I'm like Daphne.
yeah.
Star, baby.
That's the truth. His schedule wasn't busy. You got canceled for her once, and then some.
Oh, well,
Summers
we
also.
haven't had her, but I just want to use someone of her caliber.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Someone of her star rising.
What was that? How many minutes before you came out on fire?
5
dude?
minutes.
always-
5 minutes.
Five
I'm always
minutes. New
ablaze in
record.
the cowboy shoots, baby.
record.
I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. I've been your stuff has been on my page. Like,
I
so
know.
funny, man.
I'm going all over.
So funny.
Thank
When
you, brother.
make it, I'll go, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's like I thought by being a good soldier long enough that it would eventually work out, and then I realized, no, just go rogue.
But you know what's even crazier? Like you haven't been drinking, right?
Right.
And this is
That
you
changed
sober.
everything. Yeah, sober Jeff
When
has
you
been.
like, this sounds like angry Jeff, drunk Jeff. No,
No.
angry Jeff was just like, I love
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to
No,
have a
drunk
good
Jeff
time.
was happy Jeff.
Yeah. But now he's like, let's
I'm
go.
way happier now.
I'm going
Yeah.
after everyone. No one's
Just
safe.
doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, he's happy. He's just a little more
happy.
irritable.
yeah.
Got a little edge.
But I
you know?
like it.
It's
I like
honest.
it.
Yeah, it's
fun.
honest.
He's being real.
Wait,
Wait, you
let's talk about your show though.
Yeah, I'm shooting my special, my first one. My
Nice.
very first, no crowd work, all material.
Where are you doing it?
16 years of stand-up. I'm doing it at the Alex Theater in Glendale.
Nice.
Yeah, it's almost, we're down to the last 200 tickets about to sell out. We're probably going to add a second show.
When's that going to be?
May 17th.
Okay,
gonna be
coming
great.
up. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. Jeremiah Watkins is directing it.
Nice.
That's
yeah.
cool.
You're very fearless up there also. I've thought about
Yeah.
one of the jokes you did.
Yeah.
I don't want to botch it or mess it up, and it might have just been you riffing, being funny naturally, but like you literally just pointed to a guy in the crowd. You're like, dude, you're Armenian. I know what you do. You do crime.
Yeah.
So fearless.
Yeah, totally.
And just in his face, just right there.
He goes,
and the guy was even like,
Yeah,
he
don't.
nailed
I
it.
did it. Yeah.
That was at the show that you performed, and then he went at the Improv, and I was there watching
so
too. And we
funny.
were both
Yeah,
laughing
yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
You're killed at that.
Bro, you know what I love watching you when you're like, oh, crowd work. I hate crowd work. And
Yeah.
then that's all I post is crowd work. But it's because I'm not like as brilliant as you to post a new joke every day.
Well, no, I think it's also just it's a fun. So actually, this is great that you brought that up because I can explain myself or justify myself or defend myself. So there are things that are awesome that are also worth criticizing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I might have said this on the Gavin episode, but like Gavin bought this like $700 Wolverine mask, and like he still lives at
Why?
his parents' house.
Oh my god.
And so like to buy this crazy expensive Wolverine mask, and everyone's teasing him, and he's like, "What? I like Wolverine." And I go, "Gavin, here's what you got to understand. I love that shit. I have so many things at my house like that are just stupid, and they're awesome. It's great that we have enough money to buy a Wolverine mask, and like I love that shit. I think it rules. But it's also worth criticizing.
Yeah, and it's not even Halloween, right? Just like,
So crowd work's fine and do it, and it's great. But also,
Yeah.
it's worth making fun of.
100%.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things like that.
Now every time I post a clip, I'm like, is this really funny? I was like, would Jeff approve?
No,
I'm like, we gotta take it somewhere. But I get it. Sometimes
life.
sometimes it is. You see a bunch of clips and it's like very the same thing over and over. And it needs to get somewhere, you know.
Your crowd work's good though.
Thanks, man. I
It
appreciate
is
it.
good.
It's
funny.
different because it's trilingual. It's Armenian and Mexicans, and that's hard to. Those are two countries that.
You know, I thought you were
okay.
Mexican
They don't
forever.
mesh. You thought I was Mexican the whole
Because
time?
the haha and all the stuff.
Well, the thing is, my dad. That's my dad tricked my mom. He goes, "I'm Mexican." I'm not even lying. I thought he spoke Spanish fluent, and then we spoke Spanish growing up my whole life.
That's great.
And then later on, as I got more Mexican, my dad goes, "Hey, you know you're Armenian too," and I was like, "Yeah." So then that's how I started leaning more towards Armenian, and then during COVID, I just started like there isn't an Armenian mainstream comic, so I figured maybe I can try something different, and it's been going good, man. So I'm very very grateful.
Yeah,
That's
what
awesome.
do Armenians do? I'm always trying to think about that. Whatever they're doing, I love it. So they always got a fresh haircut. They always have expensive clothes.
Nice cars.
These
Nice
hot
cars,
chicks who won't even
hot
speak
chicks.
to anyone that isn't
Yeah.
also Armenian.
They're very
They've got
old
those
school.
women on
Yeah,
lockdown.
100%.
You can't even touch those gals.
Yeah.
And then they're like leaning against a Ferrari, like smoking at the coffee shop for 4 hours. And I'm like, what do these guys do?
The thing is, with Armenians, we're all entrepreneurs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of really successful entrepreneurs, but there's also some, just like in every other culture, that they go around the shady route. But those are the ones that get highlighted usually, you know, the
Gotcha.
shady ones.
Well, I'm always just wondering because I've never seen them do anything. And then you ask them how do I get a Ferrari and a fresh haircut, bad bitch like this and all this, like you got like a head to toe nice clothes and like a $40,000 watch. I'm like, what can I do? You know? And then when they try to explain what they do, it's like someone's trying to sell you Bitcoin. Like he starts telling you all these different things. Like, I don't even know what the hell this guy's talking about.
Well, think about what did Kim Kardashian do?
Nothing. But I understand how
We just
chicks
figure
that are
it
that
out.
hot. Yeah. Well, that was
Okay.
family stuff, right? Her uncle, or I don't even know. See, again,
I think
it
there's
gets
a video.
mysterious.
I think there was a video on.
She was
that.
already rich, though.
Oh, was she?
It was Ray J.
Well, yeah, her
Oh, yeah.
dad represented OJ for that case. So I'm sure
Even
they
when
made
I
a boatload
watched
of money
Kim
there.
Kardashian blowing Ray J, I was like, what a nice home. In the background of the video, going, what a nice.
Some great lighting.
Yeah.
You didn't watch that video.
It's an expensive bed.
I never saw the whole video. I saw.
Did you watch the video?
I saw-
seen it.
I
I've
saw-
never seen it.
I saw
dude.
Instagram reels of it. Just little clips.
It's going viral.
20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Vine.
Yeah.
A Vine.
Well, I
Vine.
mean-
A Vine.
Yeah, of course. I've seen things far worse than that.
I've never seen the video, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't. I know it exists.
I like
I've
the
never
Paris
seen it.
Hilton one. I think that's my favorite sex
That was like
tape.
scary, like a black and like in the dark, right? It was like a
I don't
night vision
know.
one.
Man, I
saw a
just
night
said
vision
I saw
one.
it, and
Remember?
maybe it did one. Maybe it
Pam
was.
Anderson had one.
I never
Tommy
seen Pam
Lee.
Anderson's
Didn't
one.
see that.
They all got them, dude.
But think
Yeah.
about it, these are the original OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it was more salacious, you know, because they made it seem like, oh no, it's been leaked.
Yeah, it's been leaked.
Yeah, it's very smart.
I mean, like,
I didn't want to show you my.
I can't believe they invaded my.
It's like you did. You
Yeah.
wanted. Yeah.
I can't believe they invaded my privacy.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
You get that out.
Yeah. Too funny.
Nobody ever talks about the OnlyFans girls that are failing. How sad is that? You know,
Yeah.
some girl does all the things, and then she's like, I couldn't. Nobody
she has
ever,
3 subscribers.
No one ever cared. I sold my soul, and nobody
cared.
nobody even checked it out.
You hear about the 20 grand a month, 100 grand
yeah,
a
you
month.
hear about
You don't
those
hear about the
stars.
$3 a month.
Yeah.
You don't hear about these hard grinding sex workers that are in front of a cam in their apartment in downtown LA going, nobody?
No.
He goes,
Nobody wants-
quick, I have to make content.
Yeah, nobody wants to.
Somebody come in, please. There's a lot of
I'll tell
competition
you ones that
out
make
here.
me mad on that is one time I had this girl that I knew that was like kind of a friend, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I got to see what she's
Yeah,
doing.
of course. That's the
All
perk.
she was doing was bathing suit shit. It was just
Yeah.
her Instagram. I was so mad, dude.
How much did it cost for you to
It was
peep on her?
$5.99.
To sneak in?
$5.99 just to see her Instagram.
That's
I was
funny.
pissed.
What was the
dude.
name of your profile handle? Did you make it like Josh Nelson?
No,
or did
I
you-
think it's just attached to your Twitter.
Oh, so that she knew it was you in there.
she knew
Oh,
it
that's
was
even
me.
worse.
Rookie mistake. There's a way, depending on how,
That's a legend.
Dude, my God.
Of course. dude.
depending on how well known, if they're like mid-tier, you can just look up their OnlyFans name and type in leaked on Google, and you'll find.
Oh, yeah.
everything.
We don't need to give them our money. Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's a
never
good man.
Sneaky guy.
No, that's great.
Support small business,
That
man.
is
No.
small.
He's
but-
paying these girls.
big business. Some of these girls.
He's paying these girls on XRP. He's like, here, XRP. Let me see your pussy.
Yeah, I don't got $6.
Here's Ethereum.
If they're famous, then it's
Dogecoin.
tough.
You take Dogecoin?
Dogecoin.
What's up? Go ahead.
If they're top tier, then like you can't find anything.
Yeah.
That must be
Anyway,
tough
you
to
gotta
pull.
Because
screw
they
up.
have people like
Yeah.
ripping it down, but Reddit,
Yeah.
mid-tier, like I don't know if you guys definitely don't know the Bob
Yeah,
House.
we don't know.
I've heard of the Bop House.
All like it's all like 19, 20-year-olds like Sophie Rain, like all them, but they're like mid-level and all their shit's everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You watch a lot of porn, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
Best
sure.
way to start the day, best way to end the day.
Well, a lot of the porn stars, it's very funny to watch them now act like the victims. They're like, it's unfair that there's all this free
Yeah.
porn. It's collapsing the business. It's like, yeah, that's how it's going to go.
You know what's sad?
Why would I pay you if it's all
Yeah.
free on there? And
You
they're
know
like,
what-
that's
yeah.
unfair.
You know what's sad? Seeing all the porn stars that we grew up like in our 20s watching, and now looking at them now, and they're still trying to make videos.
Dude, it's
It's
terrible.
like, well, come on, like, put
I
it like,
know.
They're all like, maybe I could be a UFC correspondent. You're like, no, everyone's
or they do podcasts now.
your
and all that.
reputation's
Damn.
done.
Like I just saw one. It's like Carmen Electra started an OnlyFans.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God,
oh, don't
come on.
please,
Ugh.
just
I know.
like be what you were. Like you were so hot.
Yes, yeah.
Drea Di Matteo has one now too.
I don't know who.
I know who that is.
She plays.
Oh, that's the girl from Sopranos,
Sopranos,
right?
Yeah, she plays.
She's OnlyFans,
Yeah.
but they don't have to be naked in all these, do they?
No, I don't think she
Yeah,
is.
but if you're not stoked,
What's
if you
the
pay for
point?
it and they're
I know.
not.
Saying that they're on OnlyFans but they're not naked would be like, they're on a new show. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
Like, it's not OnlyFans unless you're.
yeah.
Showing
Aren't
me
there
something.
comedians on OnlyFans?
Yeah, Matt Rife is an OnlyFans comedian.
really?
I think
He
people
is.
recorded
You gotta
special like
subscribe
10-minute
on it?
specials
Matt
on
Rife
them.
had an OnlyFans like.
Yeah.
I think they filmed that. They
special.
filmed that
He's like-
at the Haha when the first season.
No, I think it's just named as special OnlyFans.
What's that?
I think he just named his
no,
special
he was
OnlyFans
on
as
that
a joke.
before he like blew up.
Oh, was he
Oh,
He
really?
really?
had one of those. He was like one of the first guys.
Oh, that's funny.
Which no shame on him. He did great, and
Yeah.
also at that time, OnlyFans was giving out like $5,000.
Yeah.
So before he became a multi-cajillionaire, like he was,
Yeah.
$5,000's good scratch.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that did their like
Yeah.
10-minute specials on the
Yeah,
OnlyFans thing.
10-minute special.
No, they did like 10-minute,
10
not
minutes
specials.
special.
Sorry, 10-minute sets.
10
My
minute,
bad.
not so
Yeah.
special.
Well, if they're throwing
Not
enough
so
money at it, who
special.
cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Our buddy
like-
Brant Tobler did one, dude.
For sure. I did one and I had it scrubbed. I'll be honest.
Oh, really?
I
All
did
right.
one, and then the girl who was producing, or just one of the women who worked for OnlyFans, went around telling everyone we were dating and hanging out. I don't know why she did that. And then when it got back to me, I asked her, I was like, why are you telling people that we're like dating and hanging out? I've never talked to you outside of that night ever.
Yeah.
I asked you if I could use the restroom, and I asked you like when I'm on. And then she was like, I'm not doing that. But then I got all these screenshots of like things she claimed and things she was saying. And so then I sent that to OnlyFans. and said, hey, this is like a Me Too situation, you know, basically, like if I was a female employer and a guy was doing that, you guys would be in a lot of trouble and that person would be fired. And then they were like, well, what are you asking for? I was like, here's what I'm asking for. I want you to take down my OnlyFans thing because I look like a real hypocrite on podcasts like this talking shit about OnlyFans when I had an OnlyFans. So they completely scrubbed it because that woman
But you guys
loosely Me Too'd
subscribe to his Patreon. You can see that OnlyFans
no, you
footage.
can't. I said nope, because it was also just so like I felt like I took the $5,000 the way Rife and everyone else did. But then I was like, what am I doing? Why did I do this? You know.
Here's the sad thing: you gave her my name, and she reached out to me, and I was like, I got all excited that I was gonna do one of those, and she's like, no, we just want you to like put your free content on OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
It wasn't even. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, yeah, because it was a pretty good deal, but I don't know why I'm expanding on this so much, but what happened was they would give you like a sum of money. It was like, I'm gonna make up a number, but it was like it would be like $3,000, and then if you did all these other things you agreed to on OnlyFans, like, hey, don't forget to go check out my special on OnlyFans, and hey, I'm the OnlyFans guy. Also, check out Whitney Cummings' roast of OnlyFans. You know, like if you did all the little hoops, which were impossible, you get the second $3,000.
Gotcha.
But what happens is our boy Brown Tobler, me, all these other people, we just took the first check and then just never did all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And so they were so tired of like trying to police the comics into doing the other thing that it kind of became this gig where you're like, just take the first check and fuck out.
Get out.
Yeah. I only had them scrub it because I'm such a hypocrite to do it while having all these things where I judge OnlyFans.
But you were a different person back then. We were drinking back then.
You were
no,
way
I
different.
wasn't. I mean, I don't even remember. But the point is,
I don't remember.
the people I'm judging on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
I'm not judging them for doing stand-up comedy on OnlyFans.
No.
I'm judging them for whacking off and
Yeah.
playing with their pussy on. That's who I'm judging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had
And I also love
do you
them.
think if you had an OnlyFans, would people subscribe to your page?
No.
I think so.
You're out of your mind.
Josh would.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Well, I mean, maybe.
You have a bunch of gay
Like you think you'd
dudes.
have like a million
Well,
followers?
I do get a lot.
Would you have a million
I
followers?
get a lot of DMs from gay dudes.
Do you really?
You would have a lot of gay dudes. Bro,
Dude.
if you did an OnlyFans where you did feet pics, bro, you would have a lot.
Wait, yeah, I guess that's true. Just, listen to this. You know, like how girls go,
my
oh
God.
man, if you saw my DMs, if you knew how gross men were. I go, I know. Because they're in mine too. They're in my DMs going, hey, baby. Or they don't say baby, they go, hey, buddy. You know, if I suck your dick, you don't even have to look down. You can just pretend it's a woman. I'm like, like I
Dude.
delete.
I used to get compliments on Instagram, and I would delete them because it was like I get like grossed out a little
too
bit.
much.
But now I'm just like, damn, I like the content.
Yeah, just like, leave it
it's
up.
like, hey, papi chulo.
Seriously, I'll have guys that are literally like bringing up my exes. They're bringing up my DUI. They bring up everything. I just leave the comment up. I'm not deleting it. Shit that hurts my feelings just stays up.
Dude, this is how sad. Like, I'm so happy that all those dudes slide your DMs, but it made me so sad because I've never even having a dude slide into my
Really?
DMs. No,
You know, don't
I've never even
don't
had
open up
that
this
at
can
all,
of worms.
dude.
You're gonna want.
I just want somebody to slide in my
That's
DMs.
so
dude. I don't even
I'll
care.
send you a dick pic.
Yeah, I mean somebody. Well, not really, but
There's
yeah.
a girl named Kelly Ryder who is one of the greatest people I've ever known. She's just the funnest and coolest, and I think she's very beautiful. But she was like, one time we were at a bar, and she's like, no one's ever sent me a dick pic. And I was like, out of all the guys you've ever talked to, and like she's always been like an attractive and popular girl, so I'm like, no one's ever sent you a dick pic? She's like, no. And I, to this day, I don't know if she was lying or not, but I got up from the bar where all our friends were, and I went to the bathroom and I took a photo of my cock and I just texted it right there while I came back from the bathroom, and they were like, you're an idiot. They're like, we can't believe you just
You
did
didn't
that.
even send her a stock photo. You
No,
sent her the
I went to the
actual-
bathroom live, dude.
Could have got a stock
No,
photo.
I don't
dude.
say
No
it's
one
my
has
dick
stock
pic.
photos.
Too?
Stock photo. No,
No, but I'm just saying,
Oh.
you just sent it software too?
No, I got a little worked up.
That's how confident-
I put it in the middle, you know? Like I put
That's
it like
how confident he is. He can send a soft one. He doesn't care, dude.
But I just thought it was great because she's sitting there and she's like, Jeff just sent me his cock, and like all the group were with us like, you're an animal, dude.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but you know,
That's funny.
Dude, I want
no one's ever saying send Josh a dick pic.
No, I don't. I just want to be hit on. That's it.
No, I think it's important. What's your phone number? Let's put your phone number. on
No,
there.
I have DM, dude. I
Hey
have
Jeff,
DMs.
go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, dude, I
Oh,
got
yeah,
DMs, bro.
It is funny to send pictures of other dicks too. Like just find them on
Like,
Google
just a black
and just
dick?
and just send it, and they're
You
like,
wanna hear-
"Why are you doing this?"
So we're talking about dicks. My son recently got in trouble at school because I guess there's like a big thread, and I guess he's good at editing, but
Yeah.
he doesn't edit my videos.
Yeah, you're like,
But you know what he
do?
did? He got pictures off the internet of dicks, and he
Yeah.
would put them on his friends'
Hilarious.
heads, right?
Dude, that's hilarious.
So if the principal calls me into the school and he goes, "We need to talk to your son. It's very serious." So I'm walking in. I'm like, "Fuck, shooting!" Like I'm thinking, I'm thinking something crazy,
gang.
right?
Worst case
I get there.
scenario.
He's like, "Well, your son, he." I don't know how to put it, I can't tell you, and she just shows me, and it's just a picture of a kid, and there's like 8 dicks, right, on the
their
kid,
heads?
right? On the head, right?
Oh, that's so good.
On their
You go,
shirts,
how do you know that's not
everything.
real?
And then you know what's funny? It's funny. I have to get mad at him. I'm punishing him, blah, blah, blah. And then I start roasting him. I'm like, bro, you couldn't use the same dick over and over. You had to Google search
Different
dicks.
dicks.
He had multiple dicks on his phone. And then I questioned you. I'm like, are you?
Yeah,
He's the best.
Do you have something to
Yeah.
tell us,
No,
dude?
he's like,
funny.
no, I just wanted to
And
look
he got, in
authentic.
trouble, he got in trouble for cyberbullying.
Oh, yeah.
For
Which I
dicks.
imagine all the kids do now.
Yeah.
Which is bad. Don't do it. But like,
Yeah.
it also it would be a common thing. I feel like.
Yeah, but he's such a good kid. He has straight A's.
Yeah.
Never gets in trouble. And he said that his friend made him do it, which I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Kids.
Can without, I don't want to get too far into it if you don't want to. But like cyberbullying is like saying rape. It's like, well, there's a lot of different things. Like what,
Yeah.
how it's so vague.
Yeah.
So like, what was he saying?
Nothing. It was just people making fun of each other.
Yeah, then that's fine.
And then apparently one of the kids didn't like it and told their parents, and it was considered
Yeah, see,
cyberbullying.
that's-
They didn't want to be a dickhead?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's so hard to be a kid,
know.
like figuring
Oh.
out who you are and like where you fit in, and like school is like these weird little cliques, and so it's like it's so easy to get in trouble that way.
Would you rather when you were a kid, you get picked on, you fight, fist fight, you get sucker punched,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now it's more like internet trolling, blah blah blah. What would
Sure.
you have wanted? What would you have wanted?
Well, I
Would you rather
prefer
get
the way I grew up. I think it's better.
Yeah, right.
the
I
way
think so
it
too.
was.
I think
Yeah.
internet's it's kind of lame. It's like you're picking on someone through the phone, like
The only good part of it about being on the computer is there's evidence.
yeah.
So
yeah.
like if I get bullied in school back in the day, it was all verbal. I never got in fights. But like all the verbal stuff, I would just go tell someone and they'd be like, "Well, how do we even know if you're telling the truth?" And then also but at least you'd have receipts from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
internet.
The only thing that would suck about the internet is it doesn't stop when you leave school.
Yeah.
Like it could.
Oh, yeah.
You're at home and you could keep getting bullied.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, yeah.
some of these kids, they don't want to be tattaletales, so they don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like that would suck.
Well, and
But-
also like you might actually get yourself. I don't know if this counts as cyberbullying, but you might get picked on at school, or it'll affect your reputation based on something you post.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know how I was when I was a young man. I was very
Yeah.
very sensitive kid. So like I probably would have posted like. Take a big swing for the girl I like at school, Lana, I don't care, and I want to go to homecoming. Yeah, I'd make some
Yeah,
vulnerable thing with like a Goo Goo Dolls song or something, and then just wait to see if Lana liked it, and then now all the guys at school are fucking thinking I'm a
making fun of
loser.
you.
That's something that could happen now.
Yeah, of course.
Because you post something you think is great. And
When you think about it, when people make fun of us and they talk shit about in our posts, isn't that cyberbullying?
Oh,
Aren't
yeah.
they making fun of?
Yeah.
They're bullying
yeah,
us.
that's why I'm saying it's so vague.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. Like people call like, oh, you like they call you gay, this, that.
Oh, my God,
I get it
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Internet
tricky.
comments are weird. Like we posted a reel about like Starbucks closing early, like
Oh,
15
man.
minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like I went to Starbucks. It was 7:45. They closed at 8, but they're like, "Sorry, we're closed." And I was threw a fit about it. And on the internet, I posted
And I was
it.
on your side of
Yeah,
it.
most people were. And on the internet, there's all these people who are like, they want to go home. Like they're taking their side. You're
Yeah.
like, is
I
just
know.
everybody insane or just everybody a troll?
The world has been taught oppressed and oppressor.
Okay.
They've been taught rich is bad, poor must be virtuous. And so what is happening is they're always on the side of the everyday man.
Okay.
Which is, in my opinion, the everyday man is who I'm on the side of.
Yeah.
But not with everything.
Yeah.
Like there are situations where you're working.
Like,
You know,
finish your
so, like,
shift.
yeah, you're working. So that no one should be rude to you or start bossing you around and be like, you're still open. Don't be a Karen about it.
Yeah.
But like you're still open.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and also like it is your job.
Yeah, and I get it. Like sometimes you want to leave early. That's cool.
Yeah.
But there's a customer when you're working. Like, oh, well, we got one more customer.
Yeah, or
We
figure
have
it
to,
out.
You have to work.
You
Yeah.
gotta work.
I think I'm.
What'd you want to order? What was the big thing?
Well, dude, so I had to drive for like 6 hours. So I wanted a coffee. It was just some iced
Stay
mocha
awake.
at 7:45.
Yeah.
I went off the freeway. I went into the town where the
Yeah.
Starbucks that was open.
Yeah.
Because it says open till 8.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're closed, and they're just like cleaning.
Next
they
time,
weren't closed.
next time, go to
And
a
the
gas
door was
station.
the door was still open. I'm like, I walked
like,
in.
thinks
But
he
I
made
wanted
it.
an oatmeal latte.
Well, he thought he made it. You know, he
I
thought he
made it in time. Yeah, and then they're like,
dude.
we're closed, so I threw a fit.
Yeah.
And then people on the internet are like, you ever work in the service industry? I was like, yeah, I did. And
That's
I
like
had
a-
to stay.
Here's a great example of modern think about this exact subject. Is WrestleMania the biggest event of the year?
Yeah.
Who's the most famous wrestler you can think of off the top of your head? Because you don't even watch wrestling. Who's the most famous one you can
Hulk
think
Hogan.
of? Okay, now name the next most famous you can think of.
The Rock.
Okay, and now name the next most famous.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You nailed it. In 3 tries, he already got to the Stone Cold Steve
I
Austin.
was thinking that those,
That's how famous Stone Cold is.
Yeah.
That people that don't watch wrestling still know Stone Cold Steve.
Yeah.
He's coming out on an ATV. I bet he's had some beers. He's the rattlesnake. You know, he's only riding an ATV around a wrestling ring. He hits the barricade pretty aggressively with his 4-wheeler. Now, there's people on the other side of that barricade. They don't care. They love Stone Cold. They're in front row at WrestleMania. They don't give a shit. But then this lady or girl, or I don't know what age she was. If I had to guess, I'd say somewhere in her 30s. She's Stone Cold hits the barricade in front of her. There's like 2 seconds, and then she flops back like Vlade Divac. And she lands in her chair. And she's just looking up like the worst thing in the world happened to her. But like, if you see if you can bring up the video of Stone Cold hitting the barricade at WrestleMania. This woman tried to sell it.
Yeah.
Stone Cold goes, "You all right?" Because he knows he didn't mean to crash into the wall. And she goes, "Yes." He goes in the ring, does his whole promo. Then she decides, "Oh, I'm going to act like a victim."
Yeah.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I was like, dude, this chick is insane. And everyone's like, oh, you cuck, you're defending $1 billion company.
Yeah.
When the truth is that...
Was this recently?
I watch this. See how far she is. See, he smashes into the thing. Watch how late she falls. She fell so late.
Oh my gosh.
Boom. That's impact.
Oh my god.
Oh, let's see what he says.
Called Steve Austin's surprise appearance at WrestleMania on Sunday going off script and off road.
It's almost awkward for me to go back now.
This was literally Sunday, by the way, so I'm surprised that he's being interviewed about it.
Already commenting on it.
But, so I was just saying, like, nah, this girl just got money signs in her eyes. You know, she just,
Yeah.
she was just like, oh, great, the most famous wrestler at the most famous wrestling event.
As he circled the ring, he lost control, crashing into a barricade.
Now watch how long it took this lady to fall.
Oh my god. You know what's crazy? She's a good wrestler because she thought it was really fake.
I know, she's a terrible wrestler. Watch how far away she is.
Injury, but didn't look
Oh my god. She wanted to pay for those seats. Those like 22,000
That's all
seats.
she wants. She just wanted... She wants, like, whatever. But my point is, I've gotten all these tweets about, like, oh, look at you defending the company. This $1 billion company. How would you feel if that was your daughter? Like, what?
Oh my
I
God.
wouldn't care if it was my daughter
Yeah,
because
she
she
didn't
didn't,
look-
get hurt or hit.
Yeah, she looked like she was fine.
You can't just blanketly
If that was your daughter,
agree.
she'd be a lesbian.
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
right. And- exactly. You
She'll be
can't-
fine.
You can't just blanketly agree with the employees.
I get
and
it.
you can't just blanketly agree with the industry.
Yeah.
Like I that in that situation, that girl is just trying to exploit WWE for some money.
Yeah.
And the same with, like, sometimes employees aren't great employees. They'll say we're closed when they're not closed, and like everything is discretion, you know.
I agree.
Yeah. People are weird.
How was WrestleMania for real?
It was
First-
amazing.
First one ever.
No, I've been before, but
But at your level right now, you were red carpet VIP.
well, so I didn't have all that experience, but I will say that, like, this one was fun because of all the other stuff. Like, when you go to a WrestleMania, the whole weekend is everything's wrestling
Yeah.
themed. There's all these parties and there's all these signings and all these different things. And so that was really fun to be a part of. I was with, I ran into Nick Dupach. You know him? He's a magician and a comedian. He's an awesome guy. I also thought his name was Nick Dupac the entire time I've known him. And I found out that it's now Nick. I learned that after
Not Tupac,
10 years of
Dupac.
being his friend. I ran into Martin Morrow, Mateen, and Clayton.
Cool.
And Chris
Yeah.
Burns. And so they were there. And so I got to spend most of my time with those guys. And it was just, it's so fun. Wrestling is such a silly,
was it at the T-Mobile
fun
Arena?
thing.
T-Mobile?
No, it was at Allegiant Stadium where the
Oh,
Raiders
no
play.
way.
Oh, wow.
Tony Hinchcliffe
Big
had a great
production.
joke where he said, because there's a tag team called the War Raiders.
Yeah.
He goes, the War Raiders lost their tag team titles But at Allegiant Stadium, everyone's used to seeing Raiders lose. That's a really good joke.
Good joke. Don't
When,
like
when
it,
did they
but
do
good
that
joke.
roast? Was
The
it like-
roast was on Sunday night, and it was the thing I was most nervous about. I was like, I should just fly home early.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid for this shit.
Yeah.
And also, like, I didn't even. Tony Hinchcliffe is one of these guys, like, you don't even know if he likes you or not.
Yes.
So it's like just tough to like. It's weird to be around because you're like,
Yeah.
I think he might hate me. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
that's
nice.
exactly what I feel.
Yeah.
dude.
So I was like, I'm just gonna skip this shit, and then I was like, no, this could be a big opportunity. Like,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
knows? Maybe I'll do great. And since I was one of the only comedians on it, I had a great set.
Yeah.
Because the other wrestlers were just trying to be a roast.
I gotta
comic.
check it out.
Yeah, well, there's no way to check it out.
Oh, you
yeah.
can't?
They took
Oh.
everyone's phones, put them
No
away.
way.
They,
But
they
they're
did-
gonna air it though, right?
No, they're not gonna air it.
No way.
And there's no chance they could air it after everything that they said. They would be foolish to ever put that out.
Oh really?
Yeah, because there was jokes about way too much bad
Edgy
stuff.
shit. Okay.
Oh,
Current
edgy.
lawsuits against the company.
Good, that's cool
They
then.
talked about Vince, which you're not supposed to even bring his name up. They brought up China, who is Triple H's
Yeah,
ex, who's since passed away, who now has been erased from the company because he's with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah,
I mean, like all those things came up. There was Chris
Whoa.
Benoit jokes. There
No way.
was too many things that.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of homophobic stuff, racist stuff. I mean, the whole thing because that's a
Damn.
roast.
Yeah.
I know, and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
for
Did
that
you do
reason.
roast jokes?
I already had enough accumulated wrestling material that
So you just did like a set on wrestling.
yeah, but I did it at a podium and I left pauses so it seemed like I
Cool.
was roasting.
Dope.
Yeah, like I did. Trying to think like of some examples of like how I did it.
Are you allowed to say it?
I roasted Tony a bunch first.
What'd you say about Tony?
So for one, he gave me a terrible introduction.
Oh great.
He gave like an introduction that was like an hour long
he doesn't
for
like
Pat
you.
McAfee.
Okay.
And then when it was my turn to come out, he goes, some of the comedians love wrestling, so some of my buddies are also on the show. Give it up for the great Jeff. I was like, that was a terrible intro.
Yeah.
You just gave a long intro, and then like I thought we were friends.
Could have said the stuff I do.
Yeah, I go. Pat McAfee got a longer introduction than the Triple H Hall of Fame speech, and then you go, and my friend Jeff. I was like, that's fucking so I roasted him, and then I go, all the comics love Kill Tony. Every comedian's been coming up to me and being like, "Are you a comedian? I've never heard of you but I watch Kill Tony." And I go, "You know how disrespectful that is to me? Do you know how that's like me going up to Stone Cold Steve Austin and saying, "Are you a wrestler? Because I only watch Total Divas." And I got a big pop
That's a
because
good
everyone
laugh.
in the audience is a huge Kill Tony fan. I said that at the roast. Yeah. I said all this. And it was great
great.
because all the people in the audience are huge Kill Tony fans. It's the most popular show ever in the world. So they were like, oh, I'm trying to think of the others. Oh, I made fun of all the female wrestlers.
Of course you did.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Female wrestlers, because I don't watch it. Are female wrestlers today, are they as hot as they were?
They're only hot. That's my problem with it.
Oh, okay.
They're not buff. They're not giant freaks. They're not like luchadors. They're just hot chicks.
There's no like big Andre the
terrible.
Giant woman.
No, I know, but there's. I
Like,
like hot
yeah,
women, but
just-
I don't need to see them in a wrestling ring. Like we have plenty of hot women in the world. Let's get some technical wrestling.
Sorry,
women,
Andre.
That's what
the
the UFC's for.
That's true. Yeah.
Name besides Macy Barber and like maybe one other fighter.
I
all the
think
UFC
you're
girls
aware
are-
that UFC is a far cry from WWE. You know. I'm trying to think of the other stuff I said. Oh, I was talking about how I said, here's some feedback for you wrestlers. Just say your fucking wrestling name. Stop with we don't care your real names. People go, oh, Jeff, Mark's coming to your show. And I was like, all right, who gives a shit, you know? And then like my show comes and everyone's like, dude, Undertaker's here. And I go, what? Undertaker's fucking here? And they go, we told you. Yeah, they go, we told you Mark's coming. I go, who the fuck's Mark?
I don't know who Mark is.
You're Undertaker. I go, just use your slave names that Vince gave you. I don't want to meet Phil. I want to meet CM Punk.
That's
Yes.
great.
Yes, I did that. And
You
I
say
did.
use your slave name.
Yeah, use your slave names Vince gave you. And then the other
funny.
one that I did that was it was a
So
risk.
Vince actually named all these guys for real?
Yeah, he would just pick a name so he could own the name.
Oh wow.
That's why like Ultimate Warrior legally changed his name to Ultimate Warrior later in life because then he would have the rights to all the things that was the best. One of the ones that was a risky one is I just kept saying how much I love wrestling. I was like, I know you guys probably don't even think I'm a wrestling fan because I'm not fat and autistic and bother people at airports.
You checked it.
I go, but I am a real wrestling fan. I love wrestling. I love Rhea Ripley. You know, I love Bianca Belair. You know, I love wrestling. I love Liv Morgan. And I just kept naming all the hottest girl wrestlers. And then I was like, so I love wrestling. him, but I didn't name it. I just was perving out about all the hottest
That's
girl
funny.
wrestlers. And then I go, nah, I'm just kidding around. I don't fucking watch the women's division. It was great. The whole thing was very, very fun.
awesome.
It was a good time.
Yeah. And then you were in Vegas.
Got to hang with Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. Yeah.
Did some fake cocaine with him.
Yeah. You posted
Allegedly.
a picture.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I posted a fake cocaine picture. It's a prop, and I intentionally just left with no context or
Yeah.
anything for like a couple hours. Harvey Levin texted me, "You are trouble." Period. And he goes, "Fake, right?" Question mark. I was like, "Yeah, it's fake."
Yeah,
and he's
it's
like,
I
"All
got
right."
worried. I got worried.
I got worried too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Jeff's bag.
Jeff's bag. Yeah, 18 months, good run. I'm out.
I'm on my way to
Yeah.
Vegas.
How long do we got? No. That,
Imagine if you did relapse with Carrot Top.
also, when you relapse into shit you never did before.
I know. I've never done cocaine in my life, and also Carrot
He
Top.
leveled up. He was like, all right,
I'm going all in, dude.
we're going here.
I didn't drink alcohol. Yeah, I just did coke with Carrot Top.
Yeah, dude. I didn't.
Right?
It wasn't booze.
Yeah. Relax.
This is O'Doul's.
yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. But
fun.
also, Carrot Top claims he said he's never done cocaine either.
Then what is he on?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. I mean, he might have done something, but he claims he's never done cocaine. He was nervous when I posted.
I don't
the photo.
know
He's like,
why-
you're gonna get me fired, and I was like, it's a prop.
I don't know why somebody would lie about that and say they never done it if they haven't done it.
Yeah, most people would, unless you're
Like in a
politicians.
normal conversation. Like I get if you're like telling fans or the media or whatever, and you
Right.
got to keep a front up. But like, if you're
Politicians
just having
always lie about that.
Yeah, but if you're just having a conversation with like a friend, why lie about that shit?
I think cocaine is not the drug you can. I'm like, oh, I'm doing meth. That sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Cocaine's like the rich man's drug, like the good stuff.
It's more socially acceptable than meth and some other shit. Yeah. Whoa.
Like, hey,
I've lied
Don't
about
tell
doing
anybody
cocaine
that ever.
In my act, like because I think like I used to give me like a little bit of an edge. I'll be, because like maybe because so many people do cocaine that like in their minds they're like it's like a way to endear myself to them or something.
Nice. Real quick, by the way, my nephew saw that you were talking shit,
Oh, good.
and
Time to grow up, boys.
He saw he was talking shit because my nephew was crying.
No.
And
Let's
he's
give this
7.
some context.
He's
Jack
7 years
Jr.
old
why is he crying?
because he didn't get an autograph from
That's what the
Tatis that he
problem was.
wanted. And so he was crying, and Jeff goes, "Sounds like these guys are a bunch of
They
babies."
sound
So
like
my
babies.
nephew said, he goes, "Tell Uncle Jeff
Yeah.
that he needs to keep my name out of his Fucking mouth." That's what he said, dude.
What kind of autograph do you want?
That's
He was
really
just there
funny.
at spring training, and Tatis was signing all these autographs, and then he stopped right before them. So they got all sad.
But they got a bunch of other autographs.
They got other autographs. But I mean, so he said,
Yeah, and that's very funny.
"Shut your trap, dude. He doesn't want you talking about him anymore."
Fucking. I love those boys.
Yeah, he said
No,
it.
it's very fun. If these boys ever see this clip, I love them both to death. They're cuties.
There's 3
and,
of them.
And I love Josh's. Yeah, but the young one hasn't talked to me yet.
No, not
He's a
yet.
baby. You know? But
Your kids.
No, they're my nephews.
and I love Josh's love for them. He's
They write
so,
half
like,
my jokes,
obsessed with them, and he's so like he's such a good uncle for them or to them. But because it's such a close relationship, that's why I know they're the perfect target. Yeah, I make fun of those kids, and Josh is like, "Hey, man, don't make fun of my nephews." Like so it's the perfect.
I got a funny story.
It's like
and
the mob. You don't go for the wife and kids.
this is I'll find out if my brother and his wife watched the show. So they asked me to watch my nephews like overnight for the first time. I was like, yeah, I don't care, no problem. So I did it at
How
their
hard could it be?
yeah.
Women do it.
I did it. There he is.
It's hard.
So, I
it's
did it-
hard. It's hard.
I did it at my house. It was actually really easy, dude. We just watched baseball, then we went out and played baseball.
Yeah.
And like it was literally Friday night.
You just ignore their needs.
Yeah. But here's the thing. My brother goes, "Yeah, you could sleep on our guest bed." I was like, "All right, cool." So I go into the guest room. It's a fucking air mattress, dude.
Oh man. Well,
The guest air mattress.
The guest air
guest
mattress.
bed. Oh.
And I was like, "Dude, you gotta you can't tell me it's a guest bed
Yeah.
if it's an air mattress."
You're like,
So-
you know I have sleep issues.
yeah, dude.
Josh
So,
can't sleep.
I don't like anybody around when I
'Cause he's
sleep.
on
That's
coke.
it.
He can't do it. I don't know what it is, but he just can't sleep.
No,
You'll go in his room and he's been in bed since midnight, but he's watching Selena Gomez on Jimmy Fallon.
That was a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
but
dude.
whatever. I'm like, I thought you were in here sleeping. And
it's
he's like,
Ariana-
I am kinda.
It's Ariana Grande, not
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
Or he's
playing,
always
that's playing like
playing,
a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be
I've
like
seen it.
doing War of World Raiders or something.
I did that for a stint. But
So you don't have any kids?
I have no kids, so.
Oh, okay. You guys missed that opportunity, or what?
I got a vasectomy.
Really?
Yeah, it's the greatest thing I've ever done.
When'd you do that?
Because I want to stay rich.
You're an animal.
Wait, when?
I had the vasectomy last Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm already in action, dude. It's been great.
I heard like after you get it, you have to like bust nuts like crazy. That's true.
No, but they just want to make sure you flush your system over and over.
Let me ask you a question because
Yeah.
3 of my friends got a vasectomy.
Oh,
When they did it, did they tape your dick to your stomach?
yeah, that was weird.
Did they?
I'm actually glad you're bringing this up because I
Did they?
kind of forgot about it, but while it was happening, I was like, what the fuck is she doing?
So they did that, right?
Yeah, the nurse did it.
Wait,
So-
you were
so-
awake during it?
Dude, we'll get to that.
Hold on. So I asked 3 friends this.
I was.
2 of my friends go, yeah. I was like, no. Some say something was just so
They
little.
tape
Oh,
it?
that's funny. They
So-
go, I didn't have it.
Yeah.
One guy didn't.
So
get
yeah,
it.
didn't
they
need to, I know.
didn't need to. It just little sister there.
Well, also when they were doing it, because there was 2 nurses. There was like one nurse who was like a veteran and one that's like brand new. She was like job shadowing. And I was making them laugh because when I'm nervous, I
course
do
you're telling
even
jokes.
more jokes when I'm nervous. And so I just kept. I was like, "Oh, what a great day to job shadow when my wiener's out." And the girls having a laugh and they're like, "Just be quiet," because like they were comfortable enough with me at that point. And so then they like when they were like taping it up to like my gown or like whatever the thing is that I was wearing, the hospital thing. It did like feel kind of good, you know. There's 2
Yeah.
women like fiddling around, so I
Totally.
was starting to get like a little turned on by it.
Yeah. That's my friend said the same thing. Yeah. He's like,
I heard
it was
that.
I
awesome.
was like, that's weird.
I heard
Why-
for yours though they just use a really small piece of Scotch tape
maybe
to tape
I don't
it
know
like
what
a
they were
really
doing.
light
No,
piece.
they'd have a huge noose.
No, dude, I heard. I heard it was a tiny piece of Scotch
No,
tape.
so listen to this. You asked
That's
it
funny.
like, yes, you're awake for the procedure because it's a very quick in-office procedure. I mean, it's
weird.
literally easy. And there was no blood or anything. I'm telling you, like, it might be the greatest cover-up of all times that vasectomies are cheap and easy. Because I think if every guy knew, and reversible, that's the other part, every guy knew, then no one would reproduce. Men would just be out there living their best lives. So like I think they keep it a secret about how great the vasectomy is. But I showed up late. I was supposed to be there at 10:30 for my 11 o'clock appointment, and I showed up at 11:30. And so they're like, we got to go ask the doctor if he'll even see you. And I think I subconsciously was late because I'm never late. But
You're like, "Do I really wanna
I
do
did
this?"
that because I think I was nervous. I
Yeah.
sat at the coffee shop a little longer. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my nuts cut. I was like very nervous. I bombed at the Laugh Factory the night before because I just wouldn't shut up about getting my vasectomy, and I was like, just that's how nervous I was.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I get in there, and they're like, "We'll see if he can even see you." And so he goes and talks to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "I'll see Jeff. Jeff's, you know."
I want to see his dick.
Well, he's also ridiculous. Like he knows I'm so ridiculous to him that he's like, oh, "Jeff's fine." I expected him to be late. So then I sit down. They go, "The doctor said he see you, and you're fine. Everything we'll make it work." And I say, "Oh, perfect." They go, "Did you put on your numbing cream?" And I was like, "What?" They go, "Well, you're supposed to put on your numbing cream 30 minutes before the 30 minutes that you're early for your appointment, so that an hour had passed and you could." And I was like, "I didn't do that." And they're like, "Go use the bathroom. Go put on numbing cream." So I put the numbing cream on my testicles. I get out there, and then they're like, "All right, you ready for your procedure?" I was like, "I just put it on." And they're like, "Well, it's now or
Too
never."
late, bro.
So the doctor, shout out to my doctor, Howard Kim, he goes, "You're going to feel all of this." And I was like, "Oh, no."
Oh, my God.
And I was like, "That's not a good thing." So I just blasted my headphones, some Christian music, third day. And I just had my baseball hat over my eyes the second that those girls were prepping me. And I felt everything, but even that wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
My girl wanted me to get one.
It's so
I
easy.
just thought like it affect like I wouldn't be funny no more or I lose my personality.
No.
She ended up getting her tubes tied.
Well, we'll see.
But that's very tough.
I know, but the thing is when when Dylan was born, my son was born, everything was already out, so they tied her tubes and
See, the problem with
and then
me
she
in this
goes,
situation-
yes, now. And she grabs my hand, she goes, no more. And I go, with you,
Yeah.
because I want a daughter.
Well, and also, Jack, what's great about this is like, I can't make every girl I have sex with tie her tube tie. You know what I'm saying? But if I just do it, now I'm, you know.
Yeah, I was just afraid, like, because Renee Garcia did it.
The wrestling chick?
No, Renee Garcia.
Oh, my boy. Yeah, he's the best. I was
But he's not.
picturing a girl
He's
Renee.
not
Yeah.
funny no more.
Oh, really? That ruined him.
That was my main thing. I was
That's
like,
really
"Ah."
funny.
Yeah.
That's your gauge. You're like, well, Renee's not funny anymore. So.
That's really. I love Renee. Shout out to
Yeah,
Renee.
I love Renee.
Yeah, it's Oh, also the two girls, the veteran nurse and the new nurse, were black women, and so I kept being like, "Hey, is there any way, I don't want to make this weird, but like that I could get some white nurses? I'm not trying to show my white dick to you ladies."
No
and,
way.
Yeah, and they were like laughing. They're like, "Will you stop?" And I was
they
like,
have
"I'm
big
just
ass-
saying,
they
I
have big
feel
nails?
like it's a little unfair to see my penis,
guys are-
especially in this situation."
That's
and they're like,
funny.
"You're ridiculous."
You're
and
used to bigger dicks than this normal.
Yeah.
And I said to the black one, I go, or the lady that I knew before, the head nurse who was teaching her, I was
Teaching
like,
her. So you get the tape.
and I was like, listen, it's bad enough you know about this. Now you're bringing her into this? And she was like, will you be quiet?
Non-stop
and
jokes.
she was like, all right, just fill out this paperwork, because she didn't make sure I wasn't on drugs or anything. She's like, all right, what's your name? And I was like, Shaquille O'Neal, all right? No one needs to know my name. Like, I just didn't want to give any information
That's
about what was
funny.
going on. It was a good day.
I was gonna get a vasectomy, but I have no reason to because I don't ever have sex.
that's-
So
Why don't you have said?
He said that twice, but it's
Yeah, I
not
know.
true.
I don't have what?
He's hooking up with strippers. He's hooking up
One
with...
time, one stripper.
Yeah.
That was a joke. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it, dude. Everybody's got a price. The premise is, how much to do a thing. And you might go, I would never do that. You go, well, everybody's got a price. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the price for these things? And then if we get some people, you can, if you want to see Jack do one of the things that we're asking him about, here's the little code to
No,
to
the code's not there anymore.
send money. Oh, there's
Code's not there
gone.
anymore, but it's on the YouTube. Like you can
okay.
find it. Yeah.
You can find the code, not here,
Here.
to donate money to see any of our guests do any of the things they would claim that they would do. All right.
Are you ready?
I like that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
How much money would it take for you to get slapped by one of those slap boxers?
The girl one or the guy one?
The guy one.
How much money?
Yeah. One slap.
Like for $40, would you let one of them slap you?
Fuck no.
40 bucks.
I'm just throwing. I'm just
Yeah, that's just a
spitballing.
starting bid.
This
Yeah.
is a starting bid.
Not
A
even
fair
close.
starting
It's a fair
bid.
starting
What do
bid.
they win when they win the championship?
Josh is even cheap when it's other people's money.
So
It's
Jewy.
not even Josh's, and he's like 40.
Well, I know we could raise $40
Yeah, that's
A
pretty
slap.
quick.
So I'll probably get knocked out.
I mean,
No, you don't know that.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm saying okay. Well, I miss a tooth. Okay, I'll do that. I'll be honest.
tooth.
I'm trying to make a sale because I'm
Yeah.
Armenian. Hey,
Hey, make
listen,
some
I
money.
want to
You're a
make.
businessman.
I'll do it for 150 grand, but they cover medical bills too.
Nope.
You would never do it?
Well, you got to put the medical bills in. You got to factor that.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
we
the
don't know
together?
what your medical.
You know these insurance companies that be like, "Oh, a podcast is paying for all the medical bills. Crank it up."
Do I have to sign a waiver?
Yeah.
So you'd get 150 grand if you did it, not the medical
That's
bills.
too much
Or you
money.
can make it higher.
a million.
Okay, that's too much money. We're not gonna do that. How much for a woman?
Oh, free.
That'd be great.
There it is.
Well, the female slappers do slap significantly lighter than the men. That's just a fact.
I like being slapped a little.
Yeah, the way this chick does it. Holy shit.
I mean, they slap a little bit lighter, but I still wouldn't
Oh,
want
it
to
still
take it.
seems like it would suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be less?
Less money?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
I'd probably do
It
it
is
for
shitty. We
150K.
talk for a living. That's the tough
Yeah.
part.
I just don't want to mess up my teeth because I have like an implant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it sensitive?
I don't know, but if a slap, I don't know. I don't like getting hit in the face anymore. That's why I'm not my ex-wife, right?
That's the thing. She'll get you.
Yeah, man.
How much to do a comedy set? You can't talk to the crowd at all.
Like a paid spot.
Yeah, $100. Saying
Like just do
don't
material?
talk to the crowd once.
Can't talk to the crowd once.
Oh, you can't do material though.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Is this like legit right now? Like,
This
It's
is
a
legit.
weird question.
so you're telling me to just do a set and don't do crowd work?
Yeah, you can't do crowd work.
I mean,
I've seen your act. You do a lot of crowd work.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
it
oh, yeah,
would
that
be-
would- yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
mean-
not asking him because I know I've seen him do it without talking to
I mean,
the crowd.
I mean, $100.
$100?
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
$100, no crowd work.
That's easy. That's
Easy.
an average spot in LA. I mean, to drive to San Diego to your room, what do you pay? 300?
Yeah.
How much to get a tattoo of your ex-girlfriend then?
Ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like her
One
face.
that I like.
Yeah, you
Miss,
pick any
I mean,
ex.
Yeah.
put it on my hand.
Yeah, you could get any ex-girlfriend.
What, does that have to be a picture of her?
It's got to be a tattoo, a picture of your
Oh
ex-girlfriend.
my gosh! And you can't tell your wife. You just got to surprise her.
It's got to surprise
Just
her.
like on my hand.
Look at
It's a threesome. I probably couldn't do shit. My wife would kill me.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
worth
I would.
it. Right?
I mean, maybe $1 million.
yeah, $1 million is worth it getting
Yeah, and I
married.
could cover it up later.
She'd understand
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Hey, babe, it's $1 million.
How much for you, Jeff?
Oh man. Again, so do we pick the ex?
Yeah.
Or do you pick the ex? I mean, they're paying.
Yeah, you get to pick the ex.
Oh,
You don't have to say who it would be.
no, I know, but does it have to be?
Jeff's had some.
Just
hot-
like I've
Jeff's
never even had
some-
an ex-girlfriend.
Jeff, have you had an ugly ex-girlfriend?
No. Yeah.
Hey, fuck you! I haven't had an ugly
Wait, wait,
ex-girlfriend
have-
either.
Okay, listen, you never had a hot girlfriend.
No, fuck you.
Have you ever? Okay, have any of your ex-girlfriends gotten big?
No.
Damn, bro.
I know. That's been because I'm such a I'm so prejudiced about dating only single or only like skinny chicks.
And
I
is there
like
age-
them
is there-
fit.
Do you like young girls?
No, I like women my age,
Okay,
which
that's
that
cool.
also
that's
keeps me out of trouble for sure.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to 20-year-olds like everyone else is.
Yeah, but it's just.
But I don't want to talk to them or be
No.
around them, and
Ugh.
that's been great.
Yeah.
You know, these girls are like, and I'm like, I don't fuck with them.
That's so,
Could I do it creatively? Like,
Yeah.
I want a tattoo of Storm from X-Men, but make it look like this woman. Here's a picture of my ex. So you could do it like that?
Sure.
Then I would definitely do that for $100,000.
Okay.
do you have any tattoos right now?
No. And I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate tattoos. But I do like with the story you told because I'm very similar. Like I remember I was like living in this house with roommates and this guy woke up and he was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "What are you doing today?" He's like, "I'm going to go get my ear pierced." And I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go with you." And then I went just because I wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Do you want to get your ear pierced?" And I go, "Not really." And I was like, fuck it, I'm here.
Yeah,
and so I
I'm
just
here.
got my ear pierced. Took it out like 2 days later.
Really?
I walked around with it for a couple of days.
That's what happened with me. I literally did this at the mall one day. He's like, some Israeli goes, "Hey, you want to do your ear?" I go,
Yeah.
"All right."
Sure. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that with a lot of things. I like that you said that.
How much you get a tramp stamp?
Oh no, I already have a tramp stamp. I have back hair.
There must be a price to get a tramp stamp.
I mean, for 10 grand, you're not getting a tramp stamp.
No, I think
For
100.
$40, you're not gonna.
I mean, like $7.
50K.
50K. There you go.
I could do whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
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 But I mean, you got to go with butterfly.
Butterfly with hair.
I mean, you got to go with
With
butterfly.
hair.
A hairy
Use the hair.
butterfly.
Hairy butterfly.
Hairy butterfly.
Chewbacca.
I think it's funny that David Lucas was like, "Let's go get a tattoo."
He's like, "Hey, my buddy's gonna go." Because I used to take David Lucas on the road with me, and he was just like, "I'm gonna go to tattoo." He's like, "You want to roll?" I'm like, "Sure." And we're
love
doing a
that.
podcast, and he's
Yeah.
really he has tattoos everywhere,
Right.
and he's black. So like, I was like, you have to
Yeah.
really look at it.
They get a bunch. Yeah. My buddy has a bunch of tattoos. He's got these sleeves of tattoos, and he would be like, "Black people come up to me all the time and like compliment me on my tattoos." And I was like, "What makes you say that?" He goes, "Well, it's just like our tattoos are like so vibrant to them."
Yeah.
He's like, the color that's coming off these tattoos is like, so that's who compliments me the most on my tattoos because our skin is just like a perfect canvas for tattoos.
I wanted to get like my kids' names right here, all
They're
5 of
cool.
them here. And then I got this bracelet. Like, let's start with the bracelet first. Let's see.
See how much I like this.
Yeah, bro.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, tattoos are like.
You
whatever.
could also lie about the date all the time.
Oh, totally. I remember one time. Who was it? I don't want to say that story.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Good story.
Yeah.
All right, couple more questions. How much to ride in a wheelchair for a week?
Ooh.
Everywhere you go.
Oh, I would love to do that.
But you can't. I mean, you got to do it
Anywhere.
everywhere.
But can I choose where I'm going to be at for the whole week?
What's a week? What do
Yeah.
you mean?
I'll just book a week in Vegas.
Yeah, well,
I would love
and
it.
roll around in Vegas.
is the best. I've done it before. I tore my Achilles, and I was in Vegas for a week.
Okay, so it should be pretty cheap.
yeah, like
Couple $100 bucks?
$2,500.
$2,500.
You say
So that's
200?
gambling money. $2,500.
Did you say $200 or $500?
$2,500.
$2,500.
$2,500.
That'd be funny. It'd also be so inconvenient.
No, it's the best in Vegas.
Yeah.
They pick you up in a toot toot and one of those things.
You're doing craps over the.
Over the week.
I performed at LA
Can
Comedy
you put
Club.
this on 5 red?
They made a ramp for me. They made
Oh,
a fucking
really?
ramp. I went on stage, and then I went on stage.
No,
with a
no,
scooter.
I'm
You're
not
like
talking-
Stone Cold.
I'm not talking motorized, dude.
Oh.
I'm talking old school fucking wheelchair,
Oh,
bro.
at least 10 grand then.
Yeah.
Okay, get
This?
outta here,
Yeah,
bro.
you're gonna be jacked too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
dude,
good.
this one, dude. Not
No
the
one in
hard
a
that is, bro.
wheelchair has ever
On
been
carpet?
had skinny arms.
Yeah,
They're always
no.
jacked.
They're
jacked.
always. They're just like
Yeah.
2 more questions. How much to go goth for a week?
goth.
Yeah.
I hate this one because everyone's just gonna think you have a midlife crisis or like that you're like really going through something.
Like,
That
so
like,
like,
have you
are
seen
you gonna
Jack Jr.
dress
did?
me? Or
Yeah, dude. I'll buy the clothes for you, bro. I will buy the clothes.
Jack Jr., man, he's a
know-
real cry for help, dude. You should see him.
You know what's
dude.
funny though? If I were to do it, my stepson's like, oh, because he's kind of like that right now.
He's going through
I
it.
call him. I nicknamed him Hot Topic,
Dude.
So he'll be like, oh look, we're bonding.
You could bond with your kid for a week. He could help you pick out
I'll
clothes.
do it for $1,000.
We're doing that.
And you gotta go on stage.
No, we're doing that
Oh,
for
totally.
sure.
You gotta go
Everywhere
on
you
stage.
go.
I'll start singing, hey dad, look at me. I'm
yeah.
depressed.
Real chemical,
Yeah, he's
my
got a
chemical
great dad,
romance.
and he's going through some bullshit. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
kids
it's
will
so
resent you.
good. All right, last question. How much to shave your head?
Oh no way.
It's got to be a price.
There's no price.
What do you mean?
Nah, I would never shave
People
my
are
head.
so associated with their hair.
I just
Like as far as like they're
because
everybody,
it just makes my
$5,000,
nose
you're
so
not
much
shaving
bigger.
it out.
No,
but it's gonna grow.
I'll do it for 25,000. Oh my! Come on.
Because it's gonna just grow back. You've got a great head of hair.
I don't know. Yeah, would you?
Yeah, dude, for $5,000 in a second.
$5,000. It's still so high.
That's pretty
The
I
high.
only
mean, you
reason-
guys, people give you like.
He said he would do his for $2,000, which blew
And
my
the
mind.
reason, and the reason I say it so
I think you-
confidently, I always have the same argument. I wear a lot of hats,
You do wear.
so I
What do
would
you
just
mean?
wear a baseball cap.
Oh, you could wear a baseball cap.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
Okay,
want, but you gotta
I'll do
shave
it
your
for
head.
10 grand.
Okay.
I went down a little.
Yeah, that's a lot. You
How
went
much-
down 15.
I mean, that's that
grand.
mortgage right there.
Yeah.
All right, how much to keep what you got
Well,
going,
you
but
do
you have
a
to
big house.
shave the
10
mustache.
grand mortgage.
Oh, you know
Just
what's
shave the
crazy?
mustache and leave the beard and the
I
hair.
shaved my mustache during COVID, and I looked like a freaking
Dude.
murderer.
It is wild if you shave a mustache and
Yeah.
keep a beard.
Oh my
how
God.
crazy!
Everyone's
you
like, you look
Everyone
really.
starts clutching their purse.
Everyone's like, you look really weird.
It looks weird, dude.
Yeah, during COVID, I did that. I actually put peroxide in my hair to make it like. I wanted to be
Blonde?
like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
To make it blonde, yeah. And it was orange, and then I got so mad, I ended up shaving my head.
There you
and then
go.
I did everything.
Yeah.
And people were like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
Someone's like, oh, Jack's got COVID.
Let's pray for Jack.
Pray for
COVID.
COVID.
Also, COVID, it was so nothing for us.
I
It's
know.
so funny.
That's it, man.
All right.
That's what we got.
Where can
That was
people
fun.
see your comedy? How can they support you?
Jack Jr. comic everywhere.
Nice.
Jack Jr. comic.
Tell them one more time
Oh,
when
you know
the
what's
special's going to be.
I'm shooting my special May 17th in Glendale, California.
Nice.
But one thing I also want to say, I'm actually doing the very first stand-up comedy show in Yerevan, Armenia.
Nice.
I don't think everyone's ever done that.
All right,
and
we got a lot of
did
What
it.
are the laws
Yeah, I
there
know.
about
It's kinda cool.
speech? What are their speech laws? Do
That's
they
the
have
thing.
any?
They said that if I make fun of the government or prime minister, I'll go to jail.
Right. Which
So I was
might be
like,
some good press.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yerevan, Armenia,
Just
July 24th.
be smart about it, though.
Yeah.
Because there's all these streamers that are going to jail. I don't know if you guys know about
No.
this. You know that Vitaly guy, that
Oh,
Russian
yeah.
dude?
He's doing like 24 years.
He might do 25 years in Filipino prison. But here's the thing, these things get press, and then his lawyers got him out of it
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. Or he got sent back to America, and it kind of goes away. But the difference with his is it's going to be about 3 years before he can get his trial. So he's going to at least have to serve that time till the trial.
No way.
Yeah, and so that's not worth it.
Is he
'cause
gonna have his
he's probably-
camera? Is he gonna have a camera at least?
No.
Oh,
and that's
man.
the thing. He was probably thinking to himself, like, oh, who cares? This will be good press,
Yeah.
and then I'll just pay
Don't
myself out of it.
don't fuck
But
around in other countries.
America's different. Like, you can
Yeah.
pull that bullshit here.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that. As the president of the Philippines made a public statement
Manny
saying, "I
Pacquiao?
yeah, no, that's the real president. No, the one they've elected." And he was basically, he made like a public video saying that I will make sure that this guy, because they showed him the videos of Vitaly going around harassing all the citizens. Anyways, so be smart about it. But that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
great.
That's awesome.
That's my big news. July
That's a
24th
huge deal. Yeah.
in Armenia.
Do you feel the pressure to do a bunch of Armenian jokes?
No, I'm kind of basically tell my story.
Good. Yeah.
And then I'm actually gonna shoot a little documentary about being there and come back with it and short edit it and do like a bunch
I'd
of
be so
content.
interested.
Are you
in
going to
that.
say bro a lot?
Bro, that's a thing here.
Well, and also the
there.
reason with the stereotype that Armenians are rich here is because to come to America, you had to be kind of doing well over there. So there are poor and middle class and rich Armenians. We only see the super rich ones in
they're all
Glendale.
in Glendale.
Yeah,
Because Glendale
exactly.
is the Beverly Hills of
Right.
our Beverly Hills.
That's why the stereotype is so trash, because it's like, well, that's not all of Armenians.
Yeah.
It's all the ones we see the top tier. It kind of be like being like, there's no homeless Asian people. It's like, go to Asia.
Yeah.
There's millions of homeless Asian
like
people.
with me right now, like my wife's family came over. She's Filipino. Her
Yeah.
family comes over. Like, oh, I have a big house. But then I get invited to an Armenian event and I go to see this guy's house. I'm like, bro, this is like, he makes my house look like I'm Filipino.
Yeah. It's just we have this strange concept of it. But anyways, where can people find you?
Josh Nelson Comedy.
JeffDye.com. I'm not sure exactly when this is coming out, but we got a lot of dates coming up. Miami, Nashville. I'm not sure if this will be out in time for this weekend. I'm guessing not. No. So thanks for coming to Arizona, I guess, then. Thank you for being there at those shows. We love you guys. We're out of here.
Peace. Thank you.